Welcome to Sheikh Hamdan's official channel, where the golden glow of royalty meets the raw truths that unfold behind closed doors. Today's story reveals a chapter hidden beneath silk curtains and whispered conversations, a chapter that shook the palace in ways no one saw coming. These are the shadows that crept into the royal halls, carrying a painful truth Sheikh Hamdan's wife never imagined she would face. The palace had always been a sanctuary of elegance, a world adorned with tradition, loyalty, and whispered prayers for peace. But even the brightest halls cast shadows, and in those shadows, secrets sometimes grow. Sheikh Hamdan's wife had walked these corridors with grace for years, trusting every face, every voice, every oath sworn in her presence. She believed the palace was her shield, a place where love and honesty reigned. She had no reason to fear betrayal. Yet, the first signs were subtle, too subtle for someone whose heart was pure and unsuspecting. A few strange glances, sudden pauses in conversation when she entered, and fragments of discomfort she tried to ignore. She told herself it was nothing. She believed the warmth of the palace was stronger than any quiet tension. But shadows are patient, and they wait for the perfect moment to reveal their true form. It wasn't long before the whispers reached her ears, sharp enough to cut through her calm. A rumor, a cruel, calculated suggestion, began threading its way through the palace. It wasn't about her mistakes, because she had none. It was about the intentions of someone she trusted. Someone close. Someone whose loyalty she would have defended with her life. The shock struck her like cold wind, leaving her breathless and questioning everything she knew. Sheikh Hamdan noticed her change even before she spoke a word. Her silence grew heavier, her smile dimmer, her steps slower. He watched her try to carry the weight of confusion with elegance, yet he could feel the storm brewing beneath her skin. His heart ached for her, not knowing the full truth, but knowing enough to sense that something was breaking inside her. When she finally gathered the courage to face the truth, it came like a devastating blow. A person she trusted, someone she allowed close to her heart, had been feeding the shadows with lies crafted to damage her peace. It was envy disguised as loyalty, betrayal wrapped in soft smiles. The realization shattered her more deeply than she expected. Betrayal from the outside world was painful, but betrayal from within the palace felt unforgivable. She stood by the window of her private chamber, staring at the world below, trying to understand how kindness could be repaid with cruelty. She replayed every interaction, every moment of shared laughter, searching for signs she had missed. But betrayal rarely announces itself loudly, it slips quietly into the places where trust is strongest. And that was the part that hurt the most. Sheikh Hamdan confronted the situation with the calm strength he was known for. He didn't raise his voice, he didn't act in haste. He simply followed the trail of truth until it revealed the face behind the shadows. And when it did, his disappointment echoed louder than any anger could. He had always believed loyalty was the foundation of his world. Now he realized even foundations can crack. His wife watched him handle the matter with both dignity and heartbreak. She admired his control, but she also felt the growing fracture within herself. She wondered whether she would ever fully trust again, whether she could rebuild her heart without fearing another blade hidden behind a smile. Pain changes people, even the strongest of souls. In the days that followed, the palace seemed to breathe again, but the air carried a different tone, one shaped by lessons learned in pain. She walked through each hall with a newfound steadiness, as though her spirit had reforged itself in fire. Every step she took was a declaration that she refused to be defined by the shadows that once tried to consume her. Her heart still bore the bruises of betrayal, but those bruises now reminded her of her strength, not her suffering. Sheikh Hamdan observed her from a gentle distance, allowing her the space to rise at her own pace. He admired the quiet resilience she carried, how she held her head high even when memories tugged at her. He knew that healing didn't happen in a single moment, it lived in the small victories she made every day. And each time he saw her reclaim a part of herself, he felt his own heart steady with pride and relief. This was the woman he believed in, the woman who turned wounded silence into unshakable grace. One evening, as she stood beneath the soft glow of the palace lanterns, she realized something profound. Betrayal had not weakened her, it had sharpened her intuition, strengthened her spirit, and opened her eyes to truths she once overlooked. She understood now that trust was not something to be given freely, but something to be earned with sincerity. She vowed that from this moment on, she would guard her heart with wisdom, not fear, and cherish only those who proved themselves worthy of standing beside her. With time, the palace began to mirror her transformation. Where there was once tension, there was now respect. Where there was silence, there was renewed unity. People saw her differently, not as a fragile figure harmed by deceit, but as a queenly soul who stood tall through a test designed to break her. The very palace that once whispered rumors now whispered admiration, recognizing the quiet fire that glowed within her. And as she walked through the golden gates one morning, the sunlight painted her silhouette with warmth and certainty. She knew dark days might return, for every palace has its shadows, every heart has its tests. But she also knew that she would face them with the same courage that carried her through the storm. The painful truth she never expected had changed her, but it had changed her into someone stronger,